Increased enrollment in Wayzata schools means some tough conversations when it comes to expansion. The city of Plymouth is considering whether to approve an addition to Oakwood Elementary School. The expansion project would house the district's growing early learning programs, which are currently at capacity. However, plans call for a ball field to be removed and turned into a parking lot. That possibility has upset soccer, softball, and baseball organizations that use the field.
We'll have nowhere for our kids to play at that particular age groups, and we'll probably have to play mostly away games and try to rent space from Medina, Corcoran. I don't know. We don't have the solution yet.
The Plymouth Wayzata Youth Baseball Association says they invested $30,000 into this field this year, and they wouldn't have if they'd known this proposal was in the works. The city also says they've invested $1.5 million into this property. After 4 years in the making, a new charter school in Brooklyn Center is finally set to open on Tuesday. Progeny Academy will have a science and technology focus. Students will also learn social, emotional, and behavioral skills. The school is approved to serve kindergarten through 8th grade. However, it's targeting only middle school students this year.
And oftentimes, this particular age group doesn't always, in our opinion, get the needs that they need met. So we really wanted to focus in on them to make sure that they had all the tools that they needed academically and socially to be prepared to be successful middle school learners, high school learners, and then taking that on to the next level.
Currently, there's about 80 middle schoolers enrolled. Progeny Academy has plans to also serve elementary students in the near future. Crystal police are excited about a new medicine disposal option. A medicine drop box was recently put in the entryway of the city's police headquarters. The drop-off site is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and has many benefits.
We think it's a great resource for the community to help residents easily and safely dispose of their medications. It is a safe way to do it. It doesn't keep medications around the house. It's an environmentally friendly way for us to dispose of them. Very easy, very convenient for our residents to dispose of their meds.
The city is hoping the drop box keeps meds out of the wrong hands and cuts down on items being flushed away or thrown in the trash. Another chapter is complete on plans to remake Coon Rapids Dam Regional Park. A new parking lot is now complete as Phase 2 of the project has wrapped up. The old parking spots will become green spaces with picnic tables. The park continues to be a destination for bikers, joggers, walkers, and those who like to kayak or fish the Mississippi River. Park improvements will continue next year as Phase 3 begins.
That will be to finish regrading the road that goes down to the boat launch. They're going to be putting in a roundabout next summer down at the boat launch and then regrading the actual boat launch, which is just for canoes and kayaks. It's not for motorboats or anything.
If the park district gets enough funding, Phase 4 will include a new visitor center and an eventual name change to Mississippi Gateway Regional Park. A Brooklyn Park woman is showing off her hand-stamped personalized jewelry at the Minnesota State Fair. Reporter Sonia Goen shows us how Lisa Nelson design shines at the Great Minnesota Get-Together.
So I love coming to the fair and interacting with the people.
This is the 8th year Lisa Nelson is showcasing her one-of-a-kind jewelry at the Minnesota State Fair.
So we're looking at sterling silver, copper, and gold-filled metals, and then we will cut them to the size and shape that a person wants.
Whether it's the shape of Minnesota or your favorite lake, the creative artist can make replicas.
If you can envision it, we try to make it happen.
The Brooklyn Park artist uses glass and stones to craft earrings, bracelets, and more.
Love her work. I always look for her booth at the fair, and well worth the money. They're beautiful, beautiful earrings.
Personalized items are big sellers. Pet names, grandkids' names, wedding and memorial tributes.
So our tagline is tell your story. And that's all about telling something that's important to you and close to your heart.
My 2 dogs is Megan Heather and my cat is Mimi.
Mari Morin purchased necklace tokens in honor of her 2 pets. The jewelry is something she likes to keep close to her heart.
The only only time I take it off is before bed and for a shower. Yeah, I'm going to be buried in it.
The fact that this can be a conversation piece too, you can say, that's a really cool bracelet, tell me about it.
While creating beautiful works of art is Lisa's passion, it's not her only love.
Okay, so bacon cheeseburger.
She also owns the Yummy Tummy food truck.
This is my passion, but it's not my only passion. I also love to cook and eat.
At the Minnesota State Fair, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
You can find Lisa Nelson designs at the lower level of the grandstand. We'll have more information about her business on our website, ccxmedia.org. The Plymouth Rockers senior chorus belted out tunes at the Minnesota State Fair.
So we have 60 members, and they're all volunteers, and we probably rehearse 30 times a year. We do about 30 sing-outs, so they're very busy, and they're excited about singing here at the fair. They love this.
The Plymouth Rockers performed at the Cosgrove stage next to the Education Building. They sang a medley of tunes, folk music, gospel, and show tunes. Here is a sample from their show.
Great time of year if you're a high school football fan. Most of the teams in our area kicked off their season on a crisp evening Thursday night, including Wayzata, which hosted a Blaine team that reached the state semifinals a year ago. Christian Vassar is a battering ram for Wayzata. The senior powers in here for a 5-yard touchdown and a 7-0 Trojans lead. 10 seconds left to play in the first half. Thomas Schmidt floats the perfect pass to Jacob Wildermuth, and the Trojans receiver hauls it in. It's 13-0 Wayzata at the half. Wayzata defense flies around all night. Jack Demro and Matt Kubowski get after the Blaine quarterback. Tyler Schuster forcing there an intentional grounding penalty. Malachi Jackson scampers in for a touchdown here to make it 19-0 Trojans. Fourth quarter, Blaine in Wayzata territory and going for it on fourth down. Marcus Culp, though, gets through for the sack. And then late in the fourth, Wayzata sophomore Drew Birkeland gets the interception to preserve the shutout. Great play on both sides of the ball, and Wayzata wins at 19-0 over Blaine. Cooper finished 8-2 last season. The Hawks have a tougher schedule this fall and faced another team coming off a strong season as they hosted Waconia. Late in the first half, Waconia's Tim Stapleton breaks a tackle and gets in for his second touchdown of the second quarter, and it's 14-0 Wildcats. Cooper answers with a quick drive. Joe Russell steps up in the pocket and fires to Cornelius Wooten in the end zone. A 32-yard strike with 7 seconds left in the half makes it 14-6. Same score in the fourth quarter when Russell fires low to David Connors. He hauls it in for the TD, and Cooper is within 2. But the two-point conversion try fails, and Waconia holds off Cooper's rally to win a good battle, 14-12. In other games, Champlain Park won its opener 22-19 over Eastridge. Armstrong scored a big win at home, blanking Spring Lake Park 21-0. Maple Grove and St. Michael Albertville were tied at 6 in the fourth quarter before the Knights scored 21 unanswered points. Osseo lost at home against Cretin-Derham Hall 26-12. Also Thursday, Hopkins won at Apple Valley. Park Center lost to Iredale. Tuchino Grace loses by 3 to Lakeville South. And Brooklyn Center lost a close one at Humboldt. Breck scores a 43-6 win at Minneapolis South behind 4 Derek Turner touchdowns. And Providence Academy lost at St. Anthony. Labor Day weekend is a busy one on Minnesota lakes for fishing. Here's Terry Tuma with this week's CCX Fishing Tip.
Bottom bouncers are great tools to catch walleyes throughout the open water period, especially in rock infested areas or snag infested areas. And with bottom bouncers, you want to use the weight that's going to be just in contact with the bottom. You do have choices of using ultrasound or also your colored weights, if you will, and then using live bait rigs or spinner rigs. And then these spinner rigs are generally going to be anywhere up to 4 or 5 feet in length, sometimes shorter if you will, tie your own if you need to. And then the blades usually again 2 to 5, and the Colorado blade, the number 2 is more for a subtle approach, less vibration and flash of course, and the number 5 is the larger blade you're going to want to use for really more aggressive fish or dark stained water. And then trolling at speed that just to get these baits to turn, using leeches and crawlers. And then when you don't need to cast this out, you want to just drop it alongside the boat at a 45-degree angle, the line from the rod tip to the water. And then when that fish hits, you do not want to feed line. Someone mentioned to me, well, we feed line, we cannot get a good hook set. Don't ever feed line. Point the rod tip at the fish and then set the hook. If you feed line, the walleye is going to feel that extra weight. It'll reject the bait immediately. Great tools to catch summer walleye, but not only in the summer, all open water time frames and snag infested areas.
Thanks, Terry. That's all for sports. More news after this.